The news about BTS's Jungkook is back in the center of public attention, this time not because of his music work, stage performances, or global achievements, but because of a building that is touted as a palace-like house. News of Jungkook's grand residence spread quickly on social media and fan community forums, sparking curiosity, admiration, and debate. Many are wondering, is it true that Jungkook's house is as luxurious as a palace? And what amenities actually make this home so highlighted? The narrative about Jungkook's house did not just appear. In recent times, pieces of information from various unofficial sources have circulated that describe the Golden Magne residence as a spacious building with an exclusive design, high privacy, and facilities that ordinary homes rarely have. Although Jungkook is known to be very secretive about his personal life, it is precisely this silence that makes the public speculate even more. Every little detail leaked, both from the statements of close people and the observations of netizens, immediately became the subject of long discussions. For many fans, Jungkook's house is not just a symbol of wealth. More than that, the dwelling is seen as a reflection of his life's journey. Jungkook started his career at a very young age, leaving his hometown, and spent his teenage years in rehearsal rooms, dormitories, and recording studios. In numerous old interviews, he once hinted that the concept of home for him is not just a place to live, but a safe space for physical and mental rest. So when the news of this magnificent house appeared, many considered that it was a form of compensation for long years of hard work and sacrifice. The main highlight of the Jungkook house is not excessive luxury, but facilities that are considered very personal. Netizens are talking about a private music room with professional-grade soundproofing, a mini recording studio that allows Jungkook to work without always having to go to a big studio, and a relaxation room designed to maintain mental balance. These facilities are judged to show that the house was built with the needs of a global artist in mind, not just to show off social status. In addition, the issue of Jungkook's home security system has also become a hot topic of discussion. As an idol with an extreme level of popularity, privacy is a very expensive thing. Many fans are actually relieved to know that the house is designed with high security, limited access, and a layout that protects residents from outside interference. In this context, the grandeur of the home is no longer seen as an empty luxury, but rather as a realistic necessity for someone who lives under the public spotlight most of the time. Interestingly, most of the netizen discussions also associate this house with the figure of Jungkook's mother. In many narratives that develop among the army, the house is said to have been built with the comfort of the family in mind, especially the elderly. There is a strong assumption that Jungkook wants to make sure his family enjoys a quiet and decent life after years of supporting him from behind the scenes. Facilities such as spacious living rooms, soothing green areas, to warm interior designs are often associated with family values that have been believed to be inherent in Jungkook. However, not all public reactions were positive. As always, great popularity is always accompanied by criticism. There are some who question whether such a grand residence is appropriate, or try to compare Jungkook with other public figures. This kind of criticism actually sparked a long debate, as many fans judged that Jungkook was fully entitled to the results of his hard work. He did not get dragged into big scandals, consistently worked, and brought South Korea's name to the world stage. In this point of view, the stately home is considered a natural result. What makes this issue even more interesting is the contrast between Jungkook's on-screen image and the picture of his home. In public, Jungkook often appears modest, humble, and even tends to be shy. She rarely flaunts luxury goods or a glamorous lifestyle openly. Therefore, when news appeared about the palace-like house, many were surprised. But for loyal fans, that's exactly where the consistency lies. Jungkook doesn't flaunt his wealth, but enjoys it in private, in a space he truly considers home. The narrative about Jungkook's house also opens a broader discussion about the pressures of K-pop idol life. Behind the glitter of the stage, there is physical fatigue, mental burden, and an almost endless demand for perfection. A house with complete, comfortable, and safe facilities can be viewed as a form of self-protection. Many soldiers saw this house not as a fairy tale palace, but rather as a fortress where Jungkook could be himself without cameras and public expectations. Until now, there has been no official statement from Jungkook or his agency regarding the details of the house. But it is precisely this vagueness that keeps the story alive. Each piece of information is structured into a grand narrative about success, family, and the price a global star has to pay. Jungkook's house, whether truly palace-like or not, has become a symbol. A symbol about the journey of a young boy who grows up under the spotlight of the world, works nonstop, and eventually builds his own version of a safe space. In the end, the spotlight on Jungkook's house speaks more about the public than about the building itself. Admiration, jealousy, criticism, and defense are mixed together. But one thing is hard to argue with. The house, with all its highlighted amenities, represents a new phase in Jungkook's life. A phase in which he is not only an idol on stage, but also a human being who has the right to tranquility, comfort, and a place of return that he calls home. The ever-flowing spotlight about BTS's Jungkook home is slowly turning into a deeper social reflection. Many observers of pop culture think that the public's response to this issue shows how society views the success of an idol. Jungkook was never just seen as an individual, but a collective symbol of the dreams, hopes, and moral standards imposed on him. When he was successful, the public felt entitled to judge how success was supposed to be realized, including in the form of residence. On social media, the debate is widening. Some praise Jungkook as an example of a young man who managed to turn hard work into life stability. Others compared it to the past, recalling the story of a teenage Jungkook who lived a simple life in a dormitory, trained late into the night, and endured longing for family. The contrast between that time and the current picture of a stately home reinforces the narrative that the achievement did not come instantly. The house was seen as the end point of a long journey full of discipline and sacrifice. Facilities that continue to be in the spotlight are also often associated with Jungkook's perfectionist personality. Private studios, rehearsal rooms, and relaxation areas reflect the way he manages his life. Jungkook is known as a total figure in his work, even outside the official schedule. Then a fully equipped house is not an empty luxury, but rather an extension of the lifestyle of an artist who never really stops working. For many soldiers, this shows how seriously Jungkook takes the quality of himself and his work. On the other hand, there is also a quieter emotional reading. Some fans interpret the house as a form of self-protection. In the harsh world of K-pop, where small mistakes can be exaggerated, having a safe space becomes a fundamental necessity. Jungkook's house is seen as a place where he can close the door, get away from the noise of the world, and recuperate. Facilities highlighted by the public, such as quiet spaces and green areas,